Well, there is a popular term in the financial world, super savers. We first heard about them during the COVID-19 pandemic, and now a Wall Street Journal story says younger people worry Social Security may not be around when they become eligible. Filling in for our friend Ted Jenkins this week is Alan Franks, founding partner from the Mill Financial Partners. Alan, good to see you. Let's start with this. What does it take to become a super saver?
Yeah, Jonathan, that's the question everybody's asking here today. And in general, what we are looking for is somebody who saves more than 10% of their income for retirement. And when they do that, oftentimes they're able to take advantage of a company match in their 401k, which pushes their savings rate to 15%. Fidelity actually came out with some really encouraging news in Q1 of this year that the average savings rate in a 401k is about 14.2%. And that's just shy of the 15% that we are looking for. What was interesting about that study, though, is it found that Gen Zers were actually leading the way with the highest percentage of super savers, while Gen X was actually in last place there.
Okay, so what are some of the behaviors? How do behaviors of super savers differ from normal savers?
The first thing that we find when we are working with super savers is that they don't fall victim to lifestyle creep or lifestyle inflation. Meaning that when they do get a raise at work, they tend to reserve a third of it for taxes, a third of it for having more fun, but then another third of it they're going to invest for the long term so that they can go buy more things in the future.
How long does it usually take someone to become a millionaire in their 401k?
Well, there's no such thing as a microwave millionaire, and this is not going to happen overnight. As a matter of fact, and this depends a lot on how much you're making or rates of return, but if you're to save 17% into your 401k, it might take as long as 26 years to become a millionaire there. And that's because, and that's led to there only being about 2% of 401ks with $1 million in them.
Let me ask you this. Do you think we have a retirement savings crisis looming here in America?
And it's hard to argue against that. When we are generally working with an older person, they have a three-legged stool of retirement. They generally have worked at a company a long time and might have a pension plan there. They're getting their Social Security and they feel pretty secure about that. And then they've also put money into a 401k. When you're talking to a younger person, very rarely are they going to have a pension plan. They actually ask us not to include Social Security in their plan because they just don't have that much faith into it. So what happens is that three-legged stool there actually becomes a pogo stick. And that's why I think we're seeing a high amount of younger people heavily invest in their 401ks because they see the challenging environment that they have in front of them, and they're stepping up to that challenge.
I like that analogy. What did you say? Three-legged stool, now a pogo stick.
Right.
It makes sense.
That's right.
All right. Well, Alan Franks, founding partner of the Mill Financial Partners, we appreciate you. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Jonathan.